Hello, today we are going to study cytoskeleton. So basically there are three types of cytoskeleton: microtubule, microfilament and intermediate filament. So what is cytoskeleton? It is particularly a network of protein filament and tubules that extends from nucleus to the plasma membrane. This was first of all studied by a scientist named Kolzov. Later on, Cohen confirmed the study of Kolzov. Then, for what use it is? It maintains the cell shape, responsible for internal organization, as well as responsible for functional polarity. So, yeah, as I told, three types. So two of them are thin thread like, and one is cylindrical tubule made up of tubule. So this filament type, you can just see microfilament and intermediate filament. Microfilament diameter is 5 to 7 nanometer, and it is made up of basically actin molecule, and here motor protein is myosin. Then further, intermediate filament diameter is 8 to 11 nanometer, and it is you can see the proteinous protein that is responsible. There is although no motor protein involved in intermediate filament, lamin and keratin. Further, microtubule, centriole and spindle fiber are well known examples that are made up of microtubule. So you can see in this picture how they are just organized. This you can just see network, thread like network. This is particularly a intermediate filament. Then at the time of cell division, basically in anaphase, what basically happened when centriole moved towards the opposite pole, here microfilament and the microtubules are involved. This particular figure is of epithelial cell, showing you the organization of all these three types of the filament. At periphery, we have actin filament. You can just see here, these are the actin filament. Just below these actin filament or the microfilament lies the networking of the intermediate filament. Then further, the tube like microtubules are there, although motor proteins are also here present. This you can just see, this is particularly a nucleus. Then further, from nucleus only endoplasmic reticulum arises, then the Golgi. So they are just spread from the nucleus, or I can see between the nucleus and the plasma membrane. So you can just see here the comparative table of all the three types of the cytoskeleton, and this is very important. Most of the questions that are going to be asked in either CSI or NET or any of the competitive exam where in syllabus cytoskeleton is there, most of the question can easily be covered from this particular one slide only. So you can just see microtubule, as I already mentioned, this is a hollow tube like structure, and with a wall consisting of 13 protofilaments are here involved, and together you can just see here 13 protofilaments together just make up a tube like microtubule structure. Then the microfilament, two of the in F actin, G actin, basically the globular protein, polymerize and form a filamentous F actin, so they together are intertwined. Then the intermediate filament, here 8 protofilaments are involved, and the end to end are joined with a staggered overlap. Then further we are coming towards the diameter. This is a diameter, not a length. So microtubule is of 25 nanometer in diameter. Microfilament is of 5 to 7, although range is there, 5 to 7 nanometer. Then as the name itself suggests, intermediate, so surely the diameter of the intermediate filament will lie in these two, that is 8 to 12 nanometer. Microtubule is made up of alpha tubulin and beta tubulin. Microfilament here is just a G actin is involved. Further, it polymerizes to form a thread like filamentous F actin. We will study in detail. Then the 6 classes of protein are involved in this intermediate filament. Here in microtubule and the microfilament, polarity is observed. You can see plus and minus ends are there. No polarity although is observed in intermediate filament. Here GTP is involved, in microfilament ATP is involved, and none of them is involved in the intermediate filament. As I already mentioned, there is no motor protein. Then microtubule and microfilament, they are highly dynamic structure, and intermediate filament is less dynamic. Then motor protein involved in microtubule is kinesin and dynein, and here the motor protein is myosin, and no motor protein is there in the intermediate filament. And the next very important part, function of all these three, you can just see. If we start with the this microfilament, or I could say the intermediate filament. If I already just have drawn this figure, you can just see actin or the microfilament is at periphery. So they are responsible for cytoplasmic streaming, cell locomotion, for that they are responsible, as well as in muscle contraction also they are responsible. And if we talk of the intermediate filament, they are responsible for structural support as well as formation of nuclear lamin. In nucleus you will study about the lamin protein, so they are responsible. These intermediate filaments are responsible for that. Then if we talk of the function of the microtubule, so they are responsible for organization and the maintenance of the animal cell shape, as well as for the polarity they are responsible. And this is very important. In many of the exam they used to ask which of the cytoskeleton is responsible for the chromosome movement. So yes, of course the microtubule is responsible for the chromosome movement. Along with these, intracellular transport is also done with the means of the microtubule. So these are some of the important function mentioned here, although many other are also there, but these are some important. So prokaryotic cytoskeleton, although there is a presence of such a structure, but very different from the eukaryotic cytoskeleton. So we are going to just see as a actin analog, MREB is present, that is responsible for the structural support for the rod shaped bacteria, you can see here. Then further for the tubulin analog, FTSZ is responsible. FTSZ is present, and this protein is involved in determining where bacterial cell will divide, है ना, at the time of division. FTSZ roles come. Then in place of intermediate filament or intermediate filament analog, crescentine is present in prokaryote, and this is a very important protein responsible for regulating the cell shape, है ना. So these are the analog in place of actin, tubulin and intermediate filament present in the prokaryote. So MREB is an analog of actin, FTSZ is analog of microtubule, or I could say the tubulin analog. Then intermediate filament analog, crescentine is there. So today in this video we will cover the microfilament in detail. Then further in other video we are going to cover the microtubule as well as the intermediate filament, है ना. So here actin filament. So why we are basically taking one single class to discuss about the microfilament? Reason is more question is being asked from here, and many things are here to cover. So that is the reason in this one single lecture I am only going to elaborate the microfilament. Then here you can see it is of course made up of actin filament. Diameter is there 7 nanometer. Actin, what is basically, they are the proteinaceous molecule. So they are proteinaceous, surely they are made up of amino acid. So 375 amino acid together they combine in order to form a actin protein. Of course a highly conserved structure, abundant, है ना, 5 to 10%. This is an abundant protein. And mammals have 6 actin gene, 4 is present in muscle cells and 4 in non-muscle cells. So here you can just see spherical one, that is a G actin, then the filamentous one, that is the F actin. So here the what basically happens, G actin in the presence of ATP and the cations such as the magnesium ion, sodium ion, potassium ion, what basically happens, they just polymerize, है ना, and they polymerize in order to form a thread like structure called F actin filament. Here also you can just see what basically happened. These are the thread like structure. So one of the thread contains the 14 actin molecule, है ना, 14 G actin are there, total 28 are there, together 28 these combined together or polymerized together in order to form a F actin. This you can just see. This particular total length is 72 nanometer, and this diameter already we just have discussed, 7 to 9 nanometer. In many of the book you will find 5 to 9 range, है ना, so don't be confused, it varies, although 7 to 9 is a standard. So this one thing very important, without the bound nucleotide G actin, if there will be no ATP, है ना, G actin will denature very quickly. It means they will, you can just see, I just have use such arrows. It means the process is totally reversible. So that is the thing. You must take care of these things. Already mentioned, if there will be no bound nucleotide G actin, it will surely denature very quickly. So here the polymerization and depolymerization of G actin ATP and dissociation of G actin ADP occurs at both ends. Yes, this is a very important point to mention, or student gets confused. The polymerization and depolymerization is carried out at both of the end, है ना. One of the end is pointed, this is pointed end, that you can just see, this is the plus end, and this one is barbed end, that is negative. So although rate varies, but we cannot say that polymerization only and only occurs at the positive end. Rate varies, the polymerization occurs at both the positive as well as the negative ends. So here you can just see at the positive end, or I could say the pointed end, polymerization rate is more and depolymerization rate is less. Then at this negative end, polymerization rate is low and depolymerization rate is comparatively high. Then one more thing we are going to cover, critical concentration. Very frequently this definition is being asked in CSI and NET. So what is critical concentration? You need to understand it with proper concept. So this is particularly a concentration at which G actin monomers are in equilibrium with the actin filament, है ना. What basically I just have mentioned, I told that this is a concentration at which G actin monomers are in equilibrium with the actin filament, है ना. So this is the thing. Then one more thing. Here you can just see, if the G actin will be less than critical concentration, of course there will be no polymerization, and if it will be more than critical concentration, polymerization will take, and if G actin will be equal to critical concentration, it will be steady state. You can just see, if there will be a I will let you know that further that polymerization includes 3 phases: nucleation phase, then the elongation, then the steady state phase. So if there in any graph steady state is shown, it means this is a monomer, है ना, and if not, then filament. So that is the thing. Critical concentration is also mentioned here. Critical concentration for plus end 0.12 micrometer and critical concentration for minus end is 0.60. So I hope this is clear to you. Let me cover one question. If such questions comes in exam, you will be able to just do it. One question: if suppose free ATP concentration is, if free ATP concentration is 0.3 micrometer. So what basically will be the result at both positive and negative end? Such question, how you have to proceed? If such question comes, you have to check first of the values. You have to compare with these. So you can just see 0.3 is less than 0.3 is more than 0.12. It means the positive end of course will grow, है ना? Positive end will grow, no doubt. It means polymerization will take place. But what will happen at the negative end? It is the critical concentration is 0.60 na. So this value 0.3 is less than 0.60. So what will happen at a negative end? This polymerization will not take place. What is the reason? 0.3 is less than the critical concentration required at negative end, है ना? So many times such questions also is there in net exam. Then further the trade milling, or I could say in a better way actin trade milling, है ना? What is basically the actin trade milling? So what basically happen at steady state, when free ATP G actin will be intermediate between the critical concentration at positive end and the critical concentration at negative end. So if it will be in the intermediate range, what will happen? At that time the positive end will grow and negative end will lose subunits, है ना? So this phenomena is particularly known as actin treadmilling, or in a simpler words, if I just used to tell, that is the at this particular point what basically happened, net assembly at positive and this assembly at negative end takes place, है ना? So the concentration at which filaments are formed are known as overall critical concentration, and the rate of addition of ATP G actin is nearly 10 times faster at positive end than negative end. Then further we are coming towards the protein, very important, some of the proteins that is responsible for these prophylin and cophylin. One by one we will deal, but before going in detail of prophylin, cophylin and the other actin protein, or I could say the other actin binding protein, first of all we will cover this one, the steps involved in the polymerization of G actin. So this proceeds in 3 sequential phase. You can just see the first phase is the nucleation phase, second is the elongation phase, and third is the steady state phase, है ना? So what basically happens in the this nucleation phase? In nucleation phase, this G actin molecules, they combine together, 3 to 4 G actin, है ना? They combine together, and this after combination product is known as nucleus. Why we are saying this as nucleus? Because it is going to just complete the further process. It will act as a nucleus for the next phase. That is the reason we are calling it nucleus. Then further the elongation, once the this 3 to 4 subunit combine, the elongation phase occurs. Here the G actin start adding from both of the end, है ना? From both of the side of this nucleus, or the 3 to 4 G actin monomers. Then the steady state phase, at equilibrium what will happen? G actin, if added from either side, then there will be dissociation of G actin. Of course, at a time this will come, na, equilibrium will come. So at this particular point, you can just say that there will be no net change in total length of filament. No net change in total length of filament. Is it clear? Next is the actin binding protein. So some of the actin binding protein are just here mentioned. for this you can just see for the filament initiation polymerization, ARP2, 3 and formin is there. For the filament stabilization, nebulin and tropomyosin is there. For the filament this cross linking, alpha actin, filamin and fibrin is there. For end capping, cap protein, capjet and the tropomodulin is used. For the filament depolymerization and all, ADF and cofilin is involved. Then for the monomer binding, profilin is involved. Then actin filament linkage to other protein, dystrophin and the other protein are linked with the actin. So here are the steps of the actin filament assembly. So what basically happened, as I just have told you, profilin and all these things. So one by one we will do profilin. So formins are activated by membrane bound Rho GTP. If the Rho with the Rho protein GTP will be there attached, it will be inactive, and if with GTP Rho is present, then this is the active form and it will bind to formin. Then inactive form is activated. How it is activated? When this Rho binding domain binds to membrane bound active Rho GTP. So you can just see here what is profilin. Profilin is particularly a small protein, है ना, small protein, and this small protein binds G-actin on the side opposite to the nucleotide binding site, है ना, just opposite to the nucleotide binding site. What basically happen when profilin binds ADP actin, it greatly enhances the loss of ADP, which is replaced by cellular ATP yielding ATP actin complex. Then comes the other actin binding protein, that is the cofilin. So it binds the F actin that contains the ADP. It creates a small twist. Where it will create a small twist, it will create a small twist on filament, breaking them into the small pieces, and as a result it will lead to the disassembly or dissociation at the negative end, or the depolymerization at the negative end. Then comes the thymosin beta 4 protein. It acts as a reservoir, है ना, it acts as a reservoir. It binds to G actin to form this actin thymosin beta 4 complex, and it acts as a reservoir, and it can be used whenever needed, है ना. So what basically happen, whenever free GTP concentration is low, है ना, at the time of polymerization free GTP will be used. So free GTP G actin, sorry, GTP not G actin, है ना, G actin concentration is low, by polymerization. What will happen? It dissociate to provide G actin for polymerization. It means it whenever there will be need, it will just dissociate in order to provide it, है ना, it will dissociate to provide G actin for polymerization. So here is a kind of summary, है ना, that you can easily get how this is taking place. So G actin ATP monomer are there. Further they will just combine and form dimer by means of this formin, है ना, nucleation. Formin is what? Formin is a protein that is responsible for nucleation, that we just already have studied. Nucleation is the first step of the polymerization. So this dimer is going to combine and form a trimer. Then further there will be elongation. Then the cap protein, role of cap protein comes at positive end, cap Z will bind, and the at negative end tropomodulin will bind, है ना, and in between these ends nebulin will bind in order to stabilize the F actin or the filamentous actin thread that is formed. Then further the branching protein comes, arc 2 and 3. This will take place means carry out the branching, or you can just say this will carry out the polymerization, है ना, polymerization at positive end, polymerization at positive end. Then ADF is also there, ADF, although we will just see here, and this protein is there, or I could say the basically the protein responsible for or the drugs that affect the assembly of the actin filament. So one very common drug, that is the cytochalasin, है ना, that is the cytochalasin. What this will do, this will bind to the plus end and prevent elongation, है ना. So this will prevent elongation here at this particular point. So once this is just formed, and at positive end ATP hydrolysis will take place in the middle of F actin. Then further the role of ADF and cofilin comes. What ADF will do, ADF will do, just bind at the positive end or the that plus end, है ना, pointed at, and will just carry out the depolymerization. How it will carry out the depolymerization? It will break into two parts, है ना. Then further this ADF, this will promote, yes of course it will promote depolymerization, है ना, at negative end. Then here also one drug comes that is responsible for basically affecting this depolymerization process, the phalloidine. This will just inhibit this process, depolymerization process will be inhibited at this particular point from due to this phalloidine. Then here G-actin ADP will be dissociated, है ना. This is a very important point here. Once the G-actin ADP will be dissociated, again the exchange of ATP by ATP will carry out, and these process just is continued. So here we are going to just see the some of the examples, है ना, of the actin filament. So one is the phagocytosis. You all are familiar with the phagocytosis. This is a part of basically endocytosis. Endocytosis, you can just say it is of two types. One is of course this phagocytosis. Another is particularly the receptor mediated endocytosis, है ना. So what basically here will happen, you can just see one this bacteria, this is the bacteria, है ना. This is a bacteria, and this once the bacteria is recognized by cell, once the bacteria is recognized by cell, है ना, it will just take it in inner. Then there will be start of antibody production, है ना, and then the phagocytosis, है ना. Once the bacteria will be engulfed, it will be recognized as a non-self by the bacteria, by the cell, and the antibody production will start, and the phagocytosis will take place. So you can just see antibody, two parts are there, FC and FB. At FAB part, bacterial surface, or you can see you can say bacteria will bind to the FAB domain. Then this FC domain act as a receptor in WBC, है ना. and signals generate, and here the microfilament assembly starts. Or you can just say alternatively, actin myosin formation start, है ना. Both provide force that lead to engulfment of bacteria, further phagosome formation. What is phagosome? When this lysosome combines, है ना. Then this is, yes, that already I have mentioned. It will further fuse to lysosomes. One more example is there, this where actin and myosin is involved, the smooth muscle contraction. So this could take place by two ways, calcium dependent and calcium independent. So you can just see here calcium independent. What basically happen, 4 calcium ion combines with the calcium modulin, calmodulin, then this complex is being formed, and this will activate the myosin LC kinase, and this will, once activated in inactive form, it is basically folded, है ना. So unfolding will take place and it will be activated, and myosin filament will start to assemble and the counteraction will take place. And this who is responsible for converting into this inactive to active form, this kinase, है ना. And the reverse is you can just see, phosphate is once attached, it will be in active form. So MLC here, phosphatase, that will just remove the phosphate, is responsible for the reverse process. So for the myosin phosphorylation, at the time of the contraction of this smooth muscle, you can just see these are the things that happens. Then calcium independent, rho GDP is involved. Here it is in inactive form, and then further this rho GDP is replaced with GTP, and it is activated. It further activate the rho kinase, and here the phosphorylation takes place and the counteraction further takes place. So this is all about the particularly the actin filament, or the, I could say, microfilament. Although there are different myosin also, myosin 1, myosin 2, myosin 6, है ना. So myosin 1 is just responsible for association of actin to membrane. Myosin 5th is just responsible at the time of organelle transport. Myosin just 6 is responsible for the endocytosis, है ना. So different myosin is also there, although I just have not discussed in detail, because that is of not much of use from the competitive point of view. So that's all. Thank you.